Tesla, they've just released their second quarter report. Deliveries are up substantially compared to what Wall Street said they would be. Tesla's deliveries were a lot more than what analysts claimed. Now I'm going to use some information here coming from Teslarati and other sources to show you that it's very easy to be manipulated by certain so-called experts into believing things which are purely speculation. Very common now in the world of the so-called media and experts to be kind of tricked, into thinking, well, Tesla's doing badly, or Tesla's doing well, or Tesla's doing this, when actually the reality is a lot of those comments are simply pure speculation. I would call them entertainment. Instead of actually saying, hey, this is entertainment, we should consider it as such, we start to believe these people. We start to believe that they're legends, they know everything, they know all this secret data that we don't know, but the true data has now been revealed, and it shows that, the picture of Tesla's second quarter is very different to the picture that we've been told. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Tesla, second quarter. Deliveries were up 5% compared to analysts' estimates, experts' estimates, Troy Tesla's estimates. I've been warning for a little while now that Troy Tesla, his services are very interesting. They're very valuable. But the fact that somebody is saying they have all this factual information that no one else has, that's got to give you a bit of a red flag. Now, don't get me wrong, Troy, I'm not having a go at you. I think what you do is great. But a lot of it, you have to admit, is entertainment and speculation, not factual. We now know that because, well, your numbers were a fair way off, and they were pretty much on par with what analysts said. They were a fair way off. So, what were the real numbers? Well, Model S and Model X, 19,500 were produced. 19,225 were delivered. Model 3 and Y, 460,200 were produced, and 446,915 were delivered. That means in total, Tesla delivered 466,140 vehicles, and they produced 479,700 vehicles. That's a record. That's Tesla's best second quarter ever, but it's not just their best second quarter ever, it's their best quarter ever. Puts them at a run rate of nearly 2 million cars per year. I'd say it's pretty likely they'll hit 2 million car deliveries this year, based on what we're seeing now. Based on the fact also we're still ramping production at Texas, and obviously we have the new Model 3 coming out with a better battery pack, better specifications. I think Model 3 sales will get a pretty significant boost once that model comes out within the next couple of months. This means that Tesla sold nearly twice as many, or delivered nearly twice as many Model S and Model X in the second quarter of the year versus the first quarter. Now, to be honest, I don't really think Model S and Model X are a priority for Tesla at all. This is just like a nice thing to have happen. But that's about it. As you can see, the majority of the vehicles that Tesla delivered were Model Y and Model S, by far. What I find really interesting about these numbers, though, Tesla delivered obviously well over 400,000 Model 3 and Model Y in the second quarter. But they're saying that those numbers are very small in comparison to the number of Model 2, or the new Model A, whatever you want to call it, that they plan on delivering. So how many Model 2 did Tesla plan on building? And what does that mean for their future plans? How will that change their future strategy or their current strategy? I think it'd be very interesting to see all of that play out. Be careful though, be careful. I'll give people a warning here. Be careful who you listen to. Where are they getting their information from? Is it proving to be factually correct? At this point, I think you've really got to question that. What I think is more valid than speculation are the real numbers. These are the real numbers. These numbers show that analysts were wrong. They were off by a pretty significant 5%. Tesla delivered quite a lot more cars than the experts said they would. Are the experts really experts when they make subjective predictions which turn out to be wrong? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Tesla company compiled consensus includes 27 analysts. They expected Q2 around about 445,000 deliveries. FactSet estimated 445,000. Bloomberg's consensus data listed an estimate of 448,000. So Bloomberg were the closest. Tesla obviously beat those numbers by nearly 20,000. Now apparently Troy Teslak also predicted 448,000, which is in line with Bloomberg, almost exactly in line. Guys, I really think it's time we stop listening to these so-called predictions on what Tesla has in terms of their inventory, because they're not correct. Sorry, but if they were, these delivery numbers, people would have gotten them right. They would have been closer to the delivery figures, maybe within a few thousand. They would have been off by more than 20,000. That's enough of a difference to make you say, well, yeah, it's probably time to stop reading speculation and just simply focus on the real hard data. I think that's what we should do. It is interesting, though, to have a look at Tesla's growth. A lot of analysts are saying Tesla isn't really growing as a car company. Well, what do they think about this? Q2 2022, Tesla delivered a total of 254,700 vehicles. That means they delivered, well, around 210,000 more. Not that far off double the number they delivered in the same quarter of last year. 254,700 versus 466,140. That's a pretty big difference, especially when people are slowing down buying the Model 3 because they all know, everyone knows there's a new model coming out, which is going to be quite a lot better. I think these numbers are very, very good. I'm very impressed. But what impresses me more than anything else about this is simply the public support for electric cars. The public is saying, you know what? It's time to buy an EV. We're smart enough to know now. Gasoline, petrol, fumes, they're killing us. They're not good. EVs are better in many, many ways, not just from a perspective of pollution, but in so many other ways. Ownership, driving experience, resale, everything. So congratulations to everyone who has been a part of this, whether that's Tesla staff, whether that's you going and buying your first or your second or your third EV. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.